So welcome back to another YouTube video, and this is episode 1 of the Amateur Olympia Las Vegas prep series. So this is a special prep for me for many reasons. First one being, this is my first international competition, and the second one being, this is my first go at open bodybuilding, as I've always done classic physique. So day 1 of prep, starting my morning off, getting all my sups in. And if you haven't already, if you go on my YouTube channel and go to my daily supplements, there is a video breaking down all the supplements that I take, and they are from Love Life Supplements. You can use my code JoshBlue15 to bag yourself some discount. So I literally take all them in the morning, first thing, and then just neck it all down in a wanna. It is the best way to get them in. And I was training first thing, so it's time to grab my drink. Just check the time, it was 5:30 in the morning. It takes me half an hour to get to the gym, so I'll get there for 6. And before I go, Joey just gives me a cheeky little high five. Have a good session, Dad. Cheers, Joey. So arriving at RT Fit, the place to train. Starting the week off Monday with back and biceps. I will do a video explaining my whole 7-day training split across the week, but for now, let's get stuck into back day. So I'm quite random with my training in terms of exercise selection, what I fancy on the day, but I have been doing this recently at the start of my back sessions, and I absolutely love this exercise to get going. I do superset it with some assisted pull-ups, but I just find this cable rope pull down is just a great way to fire up the lats. It's actually an isolated exercise for the back, so I'm not using my arms, like whereas most of the back exercises, whether it's a pull down or a row, you're going to use your arms, but that is purely just in the lats. And then supersetting it with some assisted pull-ups. I'm not very good at pull-ups on their own, not going to lie, because I'm getting pretty heavy. So assisted pull-ups are wicked for me. I just think, honestly, this superset, give it a go to start your back day, because it just really opens it up, really gets it fired and primed, and gets loads of blood in there ready for the rest of the session. So each exercise was about 12 to 15 reps on the straight arm pull down with a cable, and then somewhere around 10 to 12 reps on the assisted pull-ups. Now, honestly, I think assisted pull-ups are so underrated. If you don't have an assisted pull-up machine in your gym, you can use a band. So once there's loads of blood in the back and it was all fired up, I did about 4 sets on that superset, by the way. Went into the meat and potatoes of the session, just some barbell rows. So I just started off with 1 plate, did somewhere around 10 to 15 reps, then I just put 1.5 plates on, and then I built up to the working set, and I just did 2 plates aside. So nothing crazy, not any stupidly heavy weights, just really focusing on that mind-muscle connection. And then when I built up to this weight, I did 4 sets of 15. 15 just felt like a good amount. I probably could have got a few more, but then I might have just been slinging the weight. And this just felt like a decent weight for me. It wasn't too heavy, and I just felt like I could get a really good connection on it. So starting off with barbell rows, some free weight work, and then moving on to a lat pull down. Very simple exercise. And I actually feel like this is an exercise which is quite overlooked at the minute, because everyone's chucking in the single arm D-handle pull downs, but I actually just still think the conventional lat pull down is a great exercise. So as you can see, I lean under the bar and get a big stretch so I can like fully lengthen my lats. And then as I pull it down, I'm not necessarily pulling it right to the top of my chest. I'm actually just pulling it in front of my body a little bit. So on here, it was around 10 to 15 reps. The first 10, nice and strict and controlled. And then as I got to the last 5, it was heavy, so I just chucked it out to finish the set. Moving on to another machine. So basically throughout this workout, I do 2 pull downs and 2 rows. And then obviously that sort of warm up exercise at the start. I really rate this primal strength machine row. I just think it's wicked. Such a simple bit of kit, but great for doing a neutral grip. Because as you'll see here, I'm leaning into the pad. So I'm like really isolating the back and not using my body for the movement. I'll do 8 reps here. And then when I sort of start to fail and it gets a bit difficult, I will lean into it, change position up, and then do 8 reps there as well. So just mixing up a bit, hitting different parts of the back, really trying to squeeze those elbows together so I can just really hit that mid-rhomboid and get that thickness throughout the back. So this was 16 reps, 8 length forward, 8 length back, and I did 4 sets on that. Again, another very simple exercise, not overcomplicating it. So I've done sort of a neutral or wider grip pull down, and then going onto a close grip pull down. On here, again, 4 sets. I did 16 reps on here, but ever so slightly different. So I actually just did like a single drop set in every set. So I did 8 reps until I started to struggle. And then you can see I just dropped the weight there, just a couple of pins, and then I get out another 8 reps. And again, on this exercise, you'll see that I'm really trying to finish with the elbows in front of the body, as if I'm trying to elbow myself in the quad, if that makes sense. And you'll see that I'm not pulling it to the top of my chest. It's actually a bit further away from my body, because I really just feel like it connects way better in the lats. So if this isn't something you do when you do a close grip pull down and you're more focused on pulling it to the top of the chest, just give it a go that way and see how it feels. And then, so that was back done, 2 pull downs, 2 rows, and then moving on to some biceps. I literally just did 1 exercise. I really, really rate this preacher curl. I actually prefer a pin loaded preacher curl or a plate loaded one to free weights, because I just feel like there's way more tension throughout the movement. And even when you're really, really struggling at the top of the rep, I feel like you can just get a lot more squeeze out of it. There's a lot more mind muscle connection on it. And when I'm on here, I usually always have open palms as well. I just feel like that takes any sort of strain out the forearm. I'm not necessarily gripping it too much. It's literally all in that bicep. So once back and biceps was done, I finished off with a little bit of abs. Nothing crazy. I really, really rate the captain's chair. I think I get a great connection on it. Some people prefer a hanging leg raise, but I actually just get on really, really well with this movement. I can feel it all through my abs. I'm not swinging the legs up. I'm not using the hip flexors. The mind muscle connection is there in the midsection. So I'll do 10 reps raising the legs in front, and then I'll do 10 reps sort of bringing the knees up to the hands. But this is literally all I'm doing for abs, to be fair. And I did that in my last prep as well. I just did this every other day. So whatever session I was doing, every other day, I just jumped on this at the start of the workout or at the end, 10 leg raises, 10 knee raises. Don't worry, this whole video will not be a voiceover, just this start bit to get going. So when I finish my workout, this is when I get home and I have my greens powder, another supplement that I take just to make sure my vitamin and mineral profile is absolutely spot on. So I'll put that in a glass, and then I also, this is like what I call my little morning cocktail. So if I train in the morning, I'll have this after I train. And if I'm training later in the day, I will just have it in the morning with all my other supplements. So I have a scoop of greens, 2 scoops of creatine, so 10 grams of creatine, and then I'll have a scoop of Reds powder as well. This is what I love about Love Life supplements. They do a greens and a Reds. So there's a lot of companies out there that do greens powders. They probably just do the greens and they don't do the full color spectrum to get the full vitamin and mineral profile in. So yeah, that's why I really rate these products and will be using them all the way through my prep to the amateur O. So greens and a red powder, chuck them in along with 10 grams of creatine, give it a really, really good stir, and then just knock that back in a wanna. And now I've got a bit of facial hair. Every time I do drink this, I usually get a green tash, which is not the best sight. But the greens and the red powder together, honestly, actually tastes really, really nice. It's got a bit of a fruity tang to it. So just sitting down for meal 1, first day on prep. And basically all I do when I start prep is, like, for the past, I don't actually weigh my food in off season or anything like that. And I don't really do it such in prep. I just do it at the start. So what I do is, past couple of days, I just basically put the amount of rice that I've been having as my carbs onto, but I actually weigh it in the past couple of days so I know how much it is. I've been eyeballing it basically all the time. And then what I'll do is the past couple of days just before I start prep is put how much that I usually have on in like the amount and eyeball it, and then look how much that has been the past couple of days. So that's basically what I've been having all of off season since my last show. And then when I start prep, I basically just half it. Might seem very, very drastic, but this is why I'm doing a short, sharp prep of 10 weeks. So I'm basically just halving all my carbs. And it's not a really, really small amount, to be fair. So I was having 500 grams of cooked rice with every meal. So as soon as I start today, I'm just having 250 grams of cooked rice with every meal, and the same amount of meat, which is, again, I eyeball it. I use GSN chicken breasts, so I just have 2 of them. I'll say I eyeball it. Every chicken breast from GSN is 29, 30 grams of protein. So I'm having 60 grams of protein with a meal, and then 250 grams of cooked rice, which is, what we're saying, 45 grams of carbs. And I'll have 5 of these meals a day, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to tuck into meal 1. I've got a super busy day today for starting prep. Joey, who you saw give me a little high five before I went to the gym, is in at the vets today. So I've got to take him to the vets and then back for a full day of client check-ins. Let's go. What's up, Minnie? Why are you so sad? You're not starting prep today. You still get to eat all your dinners. Oh, you are just the cutest little button, aren't you? Why are you grumpy? Is it because it's Monday? So here we are outside the vets, waiting for it to open, aren't we, Joey? Waiting for it to open, because you've got to have your monthly injection. So yeah, Joey has to have a monthly Cytopoint injection. Anyone that's got dogs that has allergies, you do the same, I'm sure. So out of all things that he's allergic to, grass, excellent, because the planet is full of it. So every month he has to have a Cytopoint injection, and he also has a weekly salt bath with apple cider vinegar and some drops for his ears as well. So you're a special little pig, aren't you? You're a special little one, but you're going to be well behaved today. Hopefully it'll be an in and out 2-minute job. You ready? Just weighed you in, haven't we, mate? Just weighed you in. Weighed you in, first day of prep. It was 15.6. 15.6 kilos, mate. You're a unit. So, time to get a meal in. I'm going to be doing some turkey mince. I've just put half a teaspoon of coconut oil in there. Wham! So I'm just chucking in, what have we got? Less than 7%, 750 grams of turkey mince going in. Let's give that a rinse. Yeah, like I said, I usually always use GSN's chicken, but I ran out this morning and I'm actually waiting on a delivery. So that'll be here tomorrow. So when that delivery comes, I can show you what I get from GSN and why it is so damn useful. So at the minute, got a bit of supermarket cooked meat. So yeah, my main protein sources really are chicken, turkey and beef. And I like using mince just for the texture really, rather than the breasts. Chicken, I use chicken breasts, but turkey and beef I always go for mince. So this is 750 grams. I'm probably realistically going to get, by the time it's all cooked, probably 3 meals out of this. I've already got some veg cooked in the fridge, so I can literally just stick a portion of this on with some rice and some veg, and there we go. And so pretty much all my meals are just meat, rice and vegetables. I do use protein powder sometimes. I'll just show you which one I use. I use the Ghost. I don't have any association with Ghost or any like affiliation with them. I just really rate their vegan protein, and this is the peanut butter cereal milk. So if I do have a protein shake, I will use that. But it's actually very rare that I use protein shakes really. It's mainly just foods, meats, rice, potatoes and veg when on prep really. Protein shakes are great for convenience and stuff like post-workout or whatever, but I'm never really that far away from home that I can't get a meal in. So and obviously I work from home as well, so I know they're great for convenience and things like that, but I don't really have them a great deal. I'll probably have them more towards the back end of prep, which is probably the opposite way around of what people do, but I will put them in when cravings start to kick in and start to get a real sweet tooth. And then I'll probably have protein powder with cream of rice or something like that as my last meal. Yeah, just for sweet cravings more than anything really, rather than actually wanting to use it necessarily, because I do like just eating meats, greens and rice, and I find that it just gives the body like just a really nice fresh clean look without way too much artificial stuff going in. So yeah, let's get this meal prepped and get it eaten. Turkey mince is nearly done. Literally just a few little bits left to cook. Give it a turn, and then that is when it is time to get some rice on the go and some greens. So we'll have a few little bits of broccoli. So we'll have a few little bits of broccoli, nothing crazy, not loads. And let's get the massive cauldron of rice out. So I cook like 2 kilos worth of rice at once. And then I literally just get it out when I need it. So it's all there. And then when the GSN arrives tomorrow, I literally can just chuck it all in the microwave and it's dead easy. So it's meal prep done easy. So I'm actually going to weigh this out. I know I said I don't weigh it, but I'm going to weigh my first day's worth, and then I'll probably just eyeball it all from there. God, this is definitely definitely nowhere near what I was having before. Yeah, doesn't look like a lot at all. But there we have it. Whoop. This is prep. It's time to get shreddy. So whack that in the microwave. Chuck those scales back. Get a fresh fork. Mind that, Joey. Good boy. There we go. Turkey mince is nearly done. Put that back in the fridge. So this is how you meal prep easy, because just cook everything. You don't even have to put it into like portions and actually prep it up into portions. You can just cook loads of meat at once, loads of veg at once, loads of rice at once, or loads of potatoes or whatever. And then when you want a meal, just plate it all up then. Dead easy. So yeah, when people say, oh, how do you meal prep? How often do you meal prep? I don't have particular days. I don't do anything like that. I just cook loads of rice. When it runs out, cook some more. Cook loads of veg. When it runs out, cook some more. Literally as simple as that, because that is a basic bitch. As Ryan always says to me, and Johnny, you'll know Ryan obviously, and Johnny Hands, they always call me the Neanderthal, because I'm just so basic and I just don't do anything fancy. And yeah, I think that's it really. Kind of just like living in caveman times. Very, very simple stuff. Let's turn that off. Easy work. I do need to cook some more veg. So this is where you can just do loads of things at once and make your life easy. So I'm going to be working. So let's get some veg on the go. Kettle on the boil. Veg pot on, get some broccoli out. Let's get some broccoli cooked. There we go, that's gone ping. There's my rice and greens. We'll do that in a minute. It's time to eat. And then with the amount of meat, I'll be honest, I don't weigh it. I just eyeball it. So I'm just gonna chuck some, an amount on there. Again, I don't really know how much this is, but I know my body, and it seems to do the trick. So this is what I always do on prep. Just have a little bit more. I just kind of guesstimate really. And a lot of people say, Josh, isn't that a bit hypocritical, because you're a coach and you tell people how much to eat, etc. And I'm like, do you know what? If my clients get to a point where they don't need me as a coach and they can track things very, very intuitively, let's have a bit of salt. And feel that, yeah, like I said, if my clients get to a point where they feel like they don't need a coach and they can track things super intuitively and be able to prep like that, then amazing. That would be awesome, because that then tells me that I've done my job effectively. What sauce? I'm gonna have a little bit of hot sauce actually. Yeah, it tells me I've done my job effectively. A little bit of sriracha, hot and fiery, just a little drizzle. Lovely stuff. But obviously the benefits of having a coach is, I'd say the main benefits of having a coach is the accountability really. And I know that just from obviously all the clients that I prep. I believe it's the accountability factor which is the biggest part. Obviously the training the food and prescribing that and making the calls and decisions is a huge part of it, but it's the accountability thing. And yeah, so I don't have a coach. I've always coached myself, always prepped myself, done everything just intuitively, off gut feeling, off how I look. And it's always worked, so I'm not going to fix anything that ain't broken. It's time to get this in. What do all you three want? I feel like I'm being interrogated. It's just broccoli. You won't want it, trust me. Broccoli. Not that exciting, doggos. Day one on prep. How's it going, Josh? Yeah, sound, mate. Sound. Lovely. Just what you need, innit? Just what you need. And I can assure you, this shatters very, very far. And basically all day I just cracked on with client check-ins and got finished at about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the evening. So it's time to shut down the computer, log off, and that was me done for the day. Bye. Yo, good morning. So it is 7:30, day 2 on prep. So a little bit later this morning because just fancied a lion. Yesterday, super busy day. Monday's always a crazy busy day, and today's as well. So all my clients check in. A lot of coaches actually have their clients check in every single day of the week, but I kind of split my coaching up into, so people check in on Sundays, Mondays and Tuesdays, and I get the bulk of the work done Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I leave days like Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays for like new starters signing up, getting all their plans done, consultation calls, anything like that really. So all my current client focuses at the start of the week, and then any new and potential clients is sort of towards the back end of the week. So if people are signing up, I can do their plans Thursday, Friday, you know, get on those, and then they can start the following week. So that's kind of how I split my week. So yeah, the start of the week is always crazy busy, basically from my laptop from I'd say 9 until probably 10, 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. So really, really busy. So I didn't really get a lot of what I was up to yesterday. Obviously saw a bit of training, sort of preparing a meal basically. My GSN Nola comes today. Yes, come on, makes meal prep so much easier when you need chicken. But today, got a chest session to do, so I'll get a little bit of that on here. Here we go, prep day 2. Day 1 was successful yesterday. I'm not absolutely starving yet, so that's always a good sign, but I'm not shredded yet. I woke up this morning, I was like, it's been 1 day on prep. Why am I not absolutely peeled? 9 o'clock, time for meal 1. So I have 5 meals a day, and I do eat them at a strict time. So I eat at 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, that's right. God, it took me some figuring out. Yeah, 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. And that's when I eat my meals. Meal 1, beef, rice and broccoli and ketchup and French's mustard. Now, everyone says, should you use sauces on meals in prep? Can you still use them? My answer is yes, because that'll do. Now it's going to taste like a burger. Yeah, I use sauces on prep because there's something I use all the time. So if it's a constant in your diet, then leave them in. I'm not saying if Mars bars are constant in your diet in the off season, leave them in, but a few calories from sauce is not going to kill me, because anything that I change is just going to be from carb sources and things like that. So if I ever got to a point where I didn't want to reduce my carbs any further or my calories any further, and I was absolutely hanging out, what could I take away? I could take away some sauce, but I mean, the calories in it is probably like 20 calories per meal for sauce. Joey just wants to go out. Go on then, mate. You don't want to go out, do you? You just want to sniff the air. There we go. So this is meal 1, beef, rice and greens. Going to get this in and then crack on with some more client check-ins and then take the dogs to the park. So walking the park this morning with the doggos. There they are. So this is a walk I do twice a day. The dogs go out twice a day, so I'll either come here because they prefer the park to be off lead and just have a run around, or they'll get like a walk around the block in the morning and then come here, or there is a really, really nice woods nearby. So we sometimes go there in the evening. But this, hate me or not, this is pretty much the cardio I do on prep. So I don't actually do any like extensive cardio, wake up and do fasted cardio, 20, 30, 40 minutes, whatever. I literally just walk. So I train every day. And probably in other videos, I'll go through my training split and what actually that looks like and break it down and why I do it like that and why it works for me. But yeah, this is pretty much my cardio. I think there's water in the fields. How are we doing, dogs? Bless them. So yeah, this is pretty much my cardio. Mooching about. What is it, Joey? Is that my GSN delivery? Is it here? Oh yes. Here we go, 12.5 kilos of chicken. Let's get it indoors. Here we are then, sports fans. Let's get this open. I can show you how GSN make my life a whole lot easier. This is a lot of chicken. This is gonna be a lot of chicken. That's the order sheet. Right, I'm actually going to stick this on the floor. So I always go for the ready cooked chicken 2.5 kilo bags. And I'll literally just stick one of those in the fridge now, let it defrost. And then obviously the rest of these are going to go in the freezer. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12.5 kilos of chicken. And they've also sent me, what do we got? The new Heck. So GSN have teamed up with Heck to bring you some pots of gold. What are we saying? Heck seasoned chicken, pasta pesto. Oh my God, that sounds freaking good. Can I eat these on prep? We'll find a way, people. We will find a way. So surrounded by chicken. So I'm going to get this all put in the freezer. But yeah, the ease of this, basically every chicken breast from GSN is 29 or 30 grams of protein. It's all pre-cooked and the quality is next level. I actually despise buying supermarket bought chicken now. I've actually got a bit of supermarket chicken to eat because this won't come until today and I wasn't sure what time it's coming. It's coming nice and early, which is great. So I've got some supermarket chicken to get through, which I bought the other day, which is not cool because it's not actually that nice. This is wicked. Not just saying that, it's absolute quality. Whether I was partnered with GSN or not, I would still buy this like all day long. They're absolutely incredible. Yeah, and you can literally do whatever you want with it. Chuck it in a stir fry, like it's all ready to go. If you want, which is what I do, because I'm pretty lazy, not gonna lie, I'll just stick one of these in the fridge, and when I get to like the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 chicken breasts, I'll just stick another one in the fridge and let that defrost, and I just microwave it. Like it's already cooked. So if you want to put it in the air fryer, you can. If you want to like fry it off with some stir fry, you can. If you want to just literally defrost it and put it straight into a wrap, and you've got like a chicken wrap, you can. If you want to stick it in the microwave, guess what? You can. So yeah, 2.5 kilo bags. I get 5 of these. Probably last me, I should hope it lasts me a month. How many chicken breasts is that? It's a lot. Basically, I eat a lot of chicken. So right, I'm going to put this in the freezer. The link to my GSN code is in the description. So if you go in there, or if you go on GSN, just use code JoshBlue at checkout and get yourself some money off. Like I said, they've got the pots of gold. If you are on the go at work, whatever that may be, literally these, bang them in the microwave for 6 minutes. Honestly, it's just like a really decent flavored and easy high protein meal, which is pretty damn good for you. Per pot, what have we got in here? Less than 10 grams of fat, less than 6 grams of sugar, 420 calories, and 40 grams of protein in one of them. And that's a chicken pasta pesto with Heck. So you've heard of Heck, I'm sure. So they do pots of gold, they do wraps, they do this chicken, they do breaded chicken, flavored chicken, do a lot of chicken. So anyways, get on the case, gold standard nutrition, saving my ass on prep. There we go, fresh trim. I say trim, slaphead. All off, fresh trim. Ready to go to the gym. So, chest and tries, and I'll give a little physique update for you all to see how we are in the first week of prep. Let's go get it. Looks like someone's already been to the gym. This looks like me after leg day. Is he asleep? Living the dream. Yes, people, how are we doing? So, that is chest and triceps finished. I was going to get it on here, but I thought, do you know what? I'll save a chest session for another YouTube video. I don't want to whack all the training all in one video, and you'll probably get bored of it, just seeing me lifting some weights. So, chest and tries done. Going to have a quick check of the physique so I can show you. I'll be honest, this is the first ever time I've ever documented a prep, so I'm going to do a physique update every episode that I drop. It might be one a week, there might be 2 1 week, whatever I've got going on. So let's have a look at the physique. This is where we are, starting point for prep. Amateur Olympia, Las Vegas, let's go. Ugh, sweaty.
Look at that chest.
Let's have a look.
That's something else. That is a great starting point. few more. Nice. Good width, mate. Thickness there, still showing.
So that's how we're looking. Appreciate you watching. Come back for the next fucking episode.